Hello, I'm Madison Shakespeare, a proud Gadigal, traditional owner, East Coast saltwater Aboriginal woman from New South Wales. I'm here today to talk to you about your role in Yarn Country, a workshop on country. Yarn Country research workshops on country will offer participants access to First Nations perspectives about the natural environment of Australia, an opportunity to learn about cultural knowledges and practices of Australia's First Peoples, understanding of custodianship of country from an Australian Aboriginal perspective, opportunities to share yarning or have a conversation on country, connect with their natural local environment and understand how holistic well-being is realised by Indigenous Australians through connection to country. There will also be many opportunities to ask questions about Indigenous Australian culture, protocol, knowledges and practices. As a BG, you play a vital role. You indeed are the nexus between question asking, question answering, and the valuable sharing of knowledges and practices. As a BG, you are vital in this cultural collaboration. I will step research participants through a number of different activities. And as we move through them, it would be wonderful if you can explain as I explain, or in a similar kind of way, what we're doing, why we're doing these things, and the important aspects of our Indigenous knowledges and practices. All research participants will need to download an app called MAPIMO. This can be downloaded for an iPhone and also for an Android phone. It is free to download. On this screen here you will see what this app actually looks like in your app store. So download that and open it up and then go in and select a project. And the project that we're going to be specifically working with in these workshops is Yarn Country. Once you have the project Yarn Country open to this point, then click in and continue as a guest. During your workshop, to begin with, you do not need to create an account. Then allow MAPIMO to know your location. So click Allow. This is really important. Once you're in Yarn Country, you'll see many dots, many more than what you actually see in the screenshot on the right hand side. But I've just opened up one of these and it says Rose Bay, and you'll see that it shows 3 different feelings, a photograph, and you can click on a button that says View Reports to actually see if there are any words that describe why this person felt empowered, happy and content at Rose Bay. Now we're going to get research participants to make a post. So you'll find, once you've got Yarn Country open, that there will be a drop pin. And if you've clicked the Allow button, so it knows your location, it should take this drop pin to approximately where you are standing. Once you find the drop pin, move it to the particular place you want to place it, where you're standing or somewhere around it, and then select 3 different feelings. What we're going to do when we first all use this app together is we're going to go through all of the different feelings. Sometimes participants will not find a feeling listed, and so they can record how they're feeling in words later in their post. But it's important that at least one feeling is chosen, and we recommend 3 if possible. Once you have put your 3 feelings in, then you're able to click the next screen and it will take you to a page that says, do you feel a connection to this place? Hopefully people do, or maybe they do. If either they do or perhaps they do, maybe they do, then you can upload or you can insert a photograph. You can take a photograph while you're there standing on country and upload it immediately, but you can also use photographs that perhaps you've taken at an earlier time. There's also space to be able to put in a few words about how you're feeling and why. We ask that you do not include any personal details in the section where you can put in words, and please do not take selfies for this research project, because we're trying to ensure that everybody remains anonymous and their details are kept confidential in terms of their personal details. You have to agree to the terms and conditions to have your post published within the app. So if you want to read these terms and conditions, you can actually click on the underlined words that say acceptance of terms. If you are happy just to agree and you don't want to read the words, then just click the I agree and press publish. And there you have it. Your post has been published. Approximately 30 minutes prior to the conclusion of the workshop, we will all sit down and each research participant will be given a special email address and a password. What we're going to do is we're going to have everybody close down their MAPIMO app, open it up again, and then ensure everybody creates an account, so selects the bottom choice. When you press create an account, you have to enter your email address and the password. And this is the way in which we ask all research participants to use Yarn Country for the next 4 weeks after the research. If for some reason you forget your password or your email address, you'll have a piece of paper with it written on. If you lose that piece of paper, then all you need to do is get back in contact with us and we will resupply the email address and password. Usually, if you turn your phone off and you log back in and open up your app, it will actually retain the information, so it'll keep the email address and password. If it doesn't, just merely put it back in again, but you shouldn't need to enter it every time you make a post. We encourage everybody to make as many posts as you can and as you want to. We'd love you to navigate your way around this app and use it for purposes of well-being. Perhaps to show friends and family wonderful places that you've been to, places that they might like to go to, perhaps to have a picnic, to have a barbecue, to have a stroll, or even just to sit on country. Yarn Country is about finding places of belonging. And I welcome you, as a Gadigal traditional owner, into Yarn Country, to realise aspects of our natural environment in Australia that we are so very fortunate to still have, that give us health and holistic well-being.